Welcome back. It's your feel-good breakfast show, Espresso, on SABC 3. Now, a state of emergency has been declared in the southern region of Chile after the Calbuco volcano, dormant for decades, erupted yesterday, spewing ash and smoke several kilometers into the air, proving once again that Mother Nature is one fierce lady. Now, with us on the line to give us insight into the eruption is retired geology professor Dave Reed. Professor Reed, thank you so much for taking our call this morning. Yes,
well, thanks very much for putting me on.
Now, I understand that the eruption of the volcano took officials by surprise in the area, in that southern area of Chile. Do you know why this might be?
Well, there's three things. You know, a lot of the media attention there is in Spanish, so we get a little bit of a selective uptake. So maybe they're trying to sort of name and shame the authorities in order to be a bit more active. But, you know, crikey, there's 100 volcanoes in Chile, and they're probably not all monitored in the same way.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're talking about a volcano that has been inactive for near on 50 years. So what might have caused it to erupt right then and there yesterday?
Well, 50 years is a very short time, sort of, in geological parlance, because, you know, we can have volcanoes being active over 100 years, but they could be active for 5 years in a row and then inactive for 50.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a question of scale. In the human scale, people think in terms of years and months and hours and minutes and things like that. Unfortunately, we can't predict to that sort of small scale.
And some of the images that we saw online, the videos we saw showed something that looked like I guess, lightning around the volcanic ash that was being thrown into the air. I mean, this is truly something spectacular to behold. Can you kind of explain that phenomenon to us?
You know, it's incredible. It makes a lot of people want to come and do geology when they see stuff like this. And of course, it's good when you have beautiful weather and sort of clear skies in order to see a lot of this phenomena. But volcanic lightning is not unlike, you know, the lightning you experience in thunderstorms, because there's the same common denominator. Lots of particulate matter rising up in you know, spectacular vortexes. And you get these charge build-ups and a discharge. In the case of volcanoes, there's a lot more dust. You know, a lot more sort of build-up of static electricity on dust particles.
Right.
You probably noticed that around the home.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you've got lots of sulfur and lots of chlorine, you've got a lot of acid droplets in there, and that sort of increases the conductivity. So you get this massive charge, recharge, discharge sort of cycle that goes on.
Yeah.
And it's even more spectacular, of course, at night when you're watching it.
Oh, my goodness, it's something really, really spectacular to behold. But now, here's a question that, I mean, something that I didn't know, that South Africa actually has 3 volcanoes. Are we in any danger, or is there any chance that they might be erupting anytime soon in our lifetime?
Well, the 2 active volcanoes are offshore. They're actually part of Marion and Prince Edward Island. And, of course, apart from the, you know, the SABC base here, the weather base, you know, not very many people are actually going to be directly affected.
Yes.
The third one, from sort of conversation in the past, they talk about the Pilanesberg being an ancient sort of volcanic crater.
Yes.
And that, of course, was volcanic 1.3 billion years ago. And we think that the original volcano perhaps looked a little bit like Kilimanjaro. But, of course, you know, for that long period of time, it's been eroded away, so there's no chances of a volcanic eruption at that place.
A sigh of relief. Thank you very much, Professor Reed, for joining us this morning and sharing your insights with us. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
So there you are, nothing to worry about for us, but I think as you look at those videos again of Volcano Calbuco in Chile, it really just shows you that indeed we need nature. Nature does not need us, something to really take into consideration when we're looking at our planet. But right now it's time for us to catch up on the latest headlines.